Well, hello there.
Hey, baby.
I beg your pardon?
I said goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
All week long.
Bang, bang, bang goes the gavel. Good to see everybody. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. It is Wednesday. If you're watching in the future, I'm going to tell you it's Saturday. It doesn't really matter because court is in session. We're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to check out some Zoom court from across this great nation of ours. No Creed today. That's okay. We're going to do our best to entertain either way. I'm still reeling from yesterday's spam talk. I'm not going to lie. I rewatched that guy do that video again. I mean, I'm hooked, apparently, watching people desalt spam. We're going to go ahead and jump on into it over here. We got, I believe this lady's name is Junkie. Am I reading that right? Her last name is Junkie? We'll see. Good to see everybody, by the way. Please
September 28 at 9 a.m. Did you hear that? Okay. And you need to go to a breakout room with the officer at Sallyport 2. Did you hear that?
Good morning in New Zealand. Wow, thank you.
Okay.
No.
Okay, you're probably going to have to call back and try to get a better reception.
Her reception's fine. It's fine.
And Judge, what date did we set for her? I apologize, I missed that.
September 28 at 9 a.m. She has to be back here. Deputy, her bond is going to be set at $1,000 OR.
Okay, fine.
And she can contact the county attorney's office for the
Junkless.
diversion. But Keila, can you send her a message to hang up and call back or whatever you suggest so we can get a better connection with her?
Anna, how did you get time off to be here?
Or tell her to go outside. Maybe she'll get a better connection out there.
I just did, Your Honor.
Okay.
So she's junkie framed.
All right. Otherwise, I'm going to go into recess and move on to 2022 TR 1870 State of Kansas versus Donald Andrew Kennedy. Is Donald Kennedy here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mr. Kennedy appears in person and pro se. Megan Booker for the state.
Mr.
Kennedy, you are here in count 1 for driving after being declared an habitual violator. It is alleged this would be your 3rd conviction for driving while declared habitual.
Wow. This guy's on a roll. Ooh,
And
the judge says.
I so rarely see a 3rd driving while habitual.
Walter. Drunk
I've
driving
actually
while
never
habitual.
seen that one the 3rd time habitual. I probably have.
This guy's breaking
Let me
all
take
the
a
records.
look at that. I'm sure that has special penalties, doesn't it, Ms. Booker?
Me?
Miss Yankee, you're gonna have to try to call back. I've moved on. But we just don't have a good enough connection to communicate.
Get it together, junkie.
Can you hear me at all?
I can, yes.
All right. Okay, hang on, Mr. Kennedy. Let me go back to her. Okay. You're going to have, can you still hear me?
Snoopy,
I
you're
can
right.
still hear
He's a young dude.
Your court date is September 28th at 9. You're going to have to go into the breakout room with the deputy.
What's the breakout room?
You'll see an invitation to a breakout room and you'll push the button and you'll be there. You see that?
Just push the button. You'll be there. Junkie.
No. Shit.
Okay.
Oh, shit, junkie.
Have you put it up there, Tila?
Junky's having a time.
It's me, Judge, and I've been doing that now.
Oh, Missy, have you been doing that all day? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Missy.
Junky seems like a very nice girl.
Missy, can you take care of that for me so that she can get in a breakout room with the deputy? I think her connection's so poor. We just,
Yeah, I think she's in there now.
good luck,
And-
deputy. Okay,
Your Honor, I believe the driving while habitual, the three or more is a fine of $1,500 and then 90 days mandatory in jail, but it can be 48 hours in jail and 88 hours of house arrest. And then obviously it's a class A, so 2 year.
okay. Did you hear that, Mr. Kennedy?
Yes.
Okay. And then you also have in count 2, driving while suspended, a 4th. And that one, again, there is a
We have
minimum
not entertained.
1,500, well, a minimum, let's see, that's DUI. Give me just a second. All right, so for a third one, 90 days up to a year, 90 days must be served. And a fine of 1,500 up to 2,500, both of these being class A misdemeanors.
Wow.
And then in count 3, driving the wrong way on a one-way street, that is a $75 fine on an infraction. Do you understand these things, sir, or have any questions?
It happens.
Yes, I understand.
Do you wish to hire or apply for court-appointed attorney?
Hey, look out.
I'm gonna be able to hire an attorney. I just need to get a couple paychecks.
Okay, very good.
A
Let's
couple
have you
of-
come back here. What was the Monday date, Tila? 9/28, is that when we were putting them? Do we have room there?
9/26, Your Honor, would be the Monday, 9/28
9/26?
to Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. 9/26, you'll need to be back here, sir. Tila, do you still have room 9/26 at 9?
Yes, Your Honor, I
Ooh.
apologize. I was muted.
Okay, so Mr. Kennedy, be back here with your attorney, 9/26.
The old
And you
beer.
will need to go in the breakout room with Deputy and Sally Port 2 when he gets back here. And I'm gonna set
Alright.
your bond at 2,500 OR. You won't have to put the money up unless you fail to appear. But they
Alright.
didn't, I'm surprised they didn't arrest you on the roadside, but they didn't, did they?
No, Your Honor,
No,
we,
this was the lake at El Dorado Lake.
Okay, well, again, I'm surprised you weren't taken into custody driving with that history if it's correct. And I don't know if it is or not, but
Must be a
if it is,
dude.
wow, okay. Don't drive, Mr. Kennedy. If you drive, you violate this bond I'm setting. Make sure that bond has no driving on it. Of course,
Good
it
to
will
see,
say
Bob.
don't violate the law, and that covers it. Any questions, Mr. Kennedy, before I let you wait for the deputy?
Needs a few checks.
No.
All right, so when that gentleman comes back from Sallyport 2 in the blue uniform. So Missy, it's you that's gonna be
God, she's
connecting them,
tired.
right?
Anybody?
Okay. Let's move on to 2020.
Judge, just to verify, it was a 2,500 OR, is that right?
It is. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're on the record in 2021 TR 2839, State of Kansas versus Dylan Michael Mitchell, Megan Booker for the state. Mr. Mitchell, where are you?
Your Honor, I'm
Mr.
showing he paid and that it was canceled.
Okay, very
Oh,
well. That's
yeah.
good news, paid. So let's move on.
Let's get to the very sleepy Mrs.
All right,
Williams.
I have a Sean Williams. We are on the record in 2022 TR 768, State of Kansas versus Lisa Sean Williams. Mr. Booker, are you here for the state?
What's up, Fred?
Or Mr. Castillo.
Yes,
Good to see you. All right, Mr. Castillo for the state and Miss Williams representing herself.
Loves
We've
America.
had a May 18th plan to apply for diversion. We had a July 13th failure to appear. Miss Williams, what is it that you're doing with this charge or this
Yeah,
case?
Mrs. Williams.
Well, I have in my records that I filed and paid for diversion on May 19th. You guys are wrong.
Okay. You paid for an application fee for diversion?
Did you?
Let's see. I
Yes,
have-
Your Honor, I'm showing that she applied for diversion on May 19th, at which point she was approved for diversion. A diversion coordinator, Kim Cool, drafted an agreement. That agreement was signed by the prosecuting attorney and then mailed to Miss Williams, and we have not received a signed copy back or the fees and costs associated with that diversion. I will note that this agreement was due back to us by, I believe, the 3rd or 4th week of July. And if we are to proceed on this, Ms. Williams needs to make the determination whether she wants to continue by signing the agreement. If so, she needs to come to our office so that we can draft a whole brand new agreement with whole brand new dates, or she can pursue a different option with either contesting it or pleading to it.
I married your fat
Okay,
sister.
so they're giving you some generous options, Miss Williams. What do you want to do about that?
Well, I never received anything in the mail after 5/19/22.
Okay, but now we are here today, and do you want to still pursue the diversion and do what he said you need to do?
Yes,
Do what he
Okay,
say.
so
Do what he say.
you want her to come back and do that. Do you have a recommendation,
Hallelujah.
Mr.
Thank you,
Castillo?
Anna.
Your Honor, she needs to come to the Butler County Attorney's office during regular office hours and speak with the diversion coordinator. It should be as simple as changing the dates on the agreement, but due to the issue with us mailing it out, her claiming that she has not received it within the mail, to eliminate the middleman of the mail system,
Okay.
she needs to come here in person to do it.
All right, where are you at this moment, Miss Williams? Where are you?
I live outside of Kansas City.
Okay,
Okay,
go on.
I'm going to set this over. What's about 30 days out, and we'll make her appear in person. Will that work, Mr.
Junkin
Castillo?
keeps coming in
Yeah,
and
sure.
out, by the way.
Okay. What do you have about 30 days out, Tila?
It's going to be that September 14th date again.
Okay, I'm going to order that you be in El Dorado, Kansas at 9 a.m. on September 14th with your diversion money, and they'll have you sign the contract at that time, Miss Williams.
El Dorado.
Will I get information on this? Because I'm not sure how much the diversion money is.
I can tell you right now, per the agreement, the total amount due will be $233.
Okay.
All right. Now, why weren't you here September 13th in court? By Zoom or in person, either one?
He's not here today. He took a personal.
I'm sorry.
Why weren't you in court? You failed to appear September 13th. What happened to you?
We had a family emergency. My brother was in the hospital due to a heart attack.
Okay, well, I'm usually pretty understanding of such things, but you should call nevertheless, instead of just failing to appear. All right, well, I will see you September 14th, 9 a.m. at 2, in person at the courthouse.
Thank you, Shelley. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're
And will
welcome.
I get information? Can you give me that amount again? I'm sorry.
It was $233,
Okay.
$233. Make sure you bring that with you.
I'm guessing
You want that
diversion is
cashier's
just
check,
basically you
Mr.
paying for more
Castillo?
time.
Money order?
Probably, yes.
Yeah,
Is that
don't
what I'm
bring cash,
understanding?
bring a money
If
order
it's
or a
not, somebody
cashier's
correct me,
check.
please.
Okay, and the date again is September.
14
Yes.
at 2 a.m.
September
September.
14th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. If there's nothing further, you may go.
Did he
Now, what is
Did he do
Esteban
something to you?
Pera doing back?
what happened? Now I need to know.
Is Esteban Pera still on the docket for some reason, still here?
Esteban
I didn't call
Paracel.
him. I thought I did.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I actually, the last time I've seen you, I believe was maybe in February. I was sentenced to a little bit of prison time,
Okay.
and I got out on May 26th or 24th, I believe. And they set a warrant for me. I hadn't got in contact, and I didn't know I had they had already scheduled another court appearance for me on this driving on suspended, which I got picked up on about a week or a week and a half ago. And that's why I'm here today.
Okay, I see that. Yes, I called your name earlier and you failed to appear, so I issued yet another bench warrant. So we're back on the record in 2021 TR 3118, State of Kansas versus Esteban Osvaldo Pera Gutierrez. And because this was his third failure to appear at 9 o'clock today, we did issue a bench warrant, bond forfeiture, and I ordered that he be held until he sees the judge. He's appearing 3 hours late, so I will set aside that bench warrant, but be on time.
Oh,
And how do you want to proceed on this driving while suspended, sir?
Judge, he has Darren Patterson, so it needs to
Oh,
go
he
back
does.
for today.
Yes, we're going to set this on Monday, September 26th, is it?
Yes, Your Honor, if that docket's still available.
Okay.
I did.
September 26th, 9 a.m. You'll be
all my
back here with
screen
Darren Patterson.
Working today.
His office is
Thank you.
probably
Hallelujah.
closed
We
today
appreciate
from
your
12
patronage.
to 1 or 1:30, but you call him this afternoon and get an appointment with him.
Okay, and the appointment for my next court hearing, you said was September 20, what now?
26th.
Months.
Okay, we'll write this down.
It's crazy.
Okay, at what time?
Flex off.
9 a.m.
The butcher.
All right, 9 a.m.
You have Mr. Patterson's number?
I believe I can find it here.
Well, let me give it to you. It's 316
Okay.
322
Doesn't come up here.
322.
I would have to have my other computer. I had two computers doing
4153.
different things.
No, 7700.
She just
Okay,
gave you
so
her phone number.
322
No, I gave you totally wrong number. Start all over. 316
All right.
322
Okay.
7700.
7700. And that's the right number this time?
He was
That's the
on
right number this
West
time.
Coast
Thank you,
time.
sir.
Thank
All
you.
right, we'll be in recess. You may go.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you. Why is Erin Yunke back? Why is she still with us? Deputy, did you not get through to her?
Cool. Why
I
is it
spoke with her. Yeah, I'll message her and tell her can sign out. I told, oh, there she's coming up. Erin, you can sign out.
Yeah.
Jesse, you can
Keep
help her
Erin.
leave if you want. Okay. All right, folks, is there anything
I wasn't sure. Okay, thank you.
anything
Your Honor,
else?
I'm still showing 2 on the docket. I'm showing a Brandy Brooks,
We trying to
22
leave.
TR 0796 for a diversion check, and I'm showing she hasn't applied for diversion.
We are now on the record in 2022 TR 796, State of Kansas versus Brandy Brooks, state by Megan Booker. Miss Brooks fails to appear. She failed to appear.
Damn it,
Oh, I show I
Brandy.
called that today and I already issued a $500 OR bond. So I will
Brandy.
issue a $500.
I don't know, I guess, why there was a 500 OR when she was present in court. I don't remember talking about it, so I might just be
Okay,
off or
let me double
wrong.
check. Let me see what my notes say.
In her defense, I heard it because
She was an addition today, so I don't know if that's
wow, that was low.
caused an issue, and I do apologize to the court.
Okay, well, but we did call her, didn't we? She
We're gonna
didn't-
I
jump
do
up.
not show that we've
Mhm.
called her yet, Your Honor.
Well, there are docket notes, May 3rd,
Well, yeah.
2022.
Give me just a second.
Judge
as we jump,
Webster,
'cause
state by M.
we don't have
Booker,
key here. We don't go back and forth. It's
ER, whatever that
a
means.
little more work, but that's all right. That's what I'm here for, right? Working for a living. Working for a living. Working for a living. Working for a living. Dun, 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 dun. Mike is working for a living. Working for a living. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Mikey. Wow, look at this beautiful bunch of guys.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning. Okay,
Morning.
Mr. Sotelo, anything for the record?
Thank you, Judge. Continue. Thank you, Judge. Yes, we'll waive the reading of all complaints on any no contest, please. We'll stipulate to a factual basis, and all names are spelled true and correct based according to my knowledge.
Okay. All right.
By the way, this is the judge.
Let's start off with Christopher Fry.
Judge, he's
Christopher
gonna
Fry?
plead no contest and admit to the warrant. And he has an RJC felony hold, deadly weapon.
Okay. All right, Mr. Fry, do you
He's got
admit
gum in
failing
his
to
mouth.
appear on May 24th of this year?
Yes,
All right, and what's your plea to driving on a suspended driver's license?
no contest.
All right. City
The judge just gets
suggestions?
done cutting
Your
grass.
Honor, since he's in on a felony charge, I have, if you want to just do jail time and run it concurrent to which he's serving, I have no objection to that.
All right, let's go on the suspended licenses. Go 5 days, Washington County Jail, the FTA. 2 days, Washington County Jail. They'll run concurrent and credit for time served. And I'll leave
This
it
is
up to
giant
the
piece of gum in
next
his
court as to
mouth.
whether it runs consecutive or concurrent. Thank you, Mr. Fry. Okay, let's go to Gregory Simons.
Very casual.
Judge, he's gonna plead not guilty to that. He's requesting an OR.
Okay, Mr. Simons, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. What's your plea to the simple battery on August 1st?
Sorry.
Not guilty.
All right, and that'll be not guilty on the trespassing also. Did you apply for a legal defender?
I'll leave it in there.
He looks like something I would draw. Doesn't even look real. Is this real?
Did you apply for a legal defender?
Oh my god.
He did.
Did we give it to him?
No, not
Hey,
yet.
Terminator.
Okay. What's it look like, Martha? Just go ahead and I'm assuming that he qualifies.
I'm gonna make a guess he qualifies, Judge.
He does, Judge.
Okay, then we're gonna grant you a legal defender. City on bail.
Your Honor, I'm requesting a $3,000 bondable bail. The facts in this case indicate that he basically punched somebody just kind of randomly, someone working at a store. I mean, there was definitely.
Definitely no.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right, Mr.
The Men in Black are going to pick this guy up any second.
He's indicating that he does have a place to live. He'll bail no contact order. He is on disability. He cannot afford any bail at this point. And I don't know what the criminal history is. We don't get those. But and also, I'm wondering what the
I can't do
what the pre-trial checklist is on his level is. If Iris knows that, do you know what it is, Iris?
I have the history. I can go through it for you. And
Yeah.
I had paused for a minute because somebody had said something and I thought maybe that they they were going to say something in the middle of what I was saying with the bail. So, but and not you, Henry, but okay. So we have, of course, this battery. We have in April of 2022, possession of controlled substance. April of 2022, misdemeanor arrest for failure to appear.
Business is
In
good.
in September of 2020, possession of drug paraphernalia and controlled substance. In September of 2020, again, another failure to appear.
Yes, congratulations.
August of 2020, possession of controlled substance, trespass. Looks like he pled guilty to the trespass in that. And May of 2020, resisting public officer, misdemeanor arrest for failure to appear. I mean, there's 26 pages of this, so I think I've
Okay.
established a record of.
All right, let's go. It's going to be $2,500 bondable. I'm granting you a legal defender. Martha, do we have a trial date?
Yes, his bench trial is set for September 6th at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, sir, if you make that bail by chance, you report upon release to the Reno Municipal Court. Your conditions are obey all laws, no alcohol, no drugs, no contact with the Chevron at 600 North Wells. That'll be.
And how much money is that? I don't have that much money.
500. Okay, let's go to David Collison.
Go have a seat.
04777.
That guy
Judge
is
can plead no contest
of
to
the day.
the charge and admit to the warrant. He has 2 days credit for time served.
Got it. All right, Mr. Collison, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, do you admit failing to appear on December 6th of last year?
I do.
Okay, what's your plea to defrauding a proprietor?
No contest.
All right. All right, I'm gonna give you time served on this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Nicholas Parks.
Bouncing.
13925. We've got 3 cases.
Yes, Judge, he is going to admit to the 3 warrants for failing to comply. He's requested another chance and to be converted to community service.
Okay. Mr. Parks, you there?
Yes,
sir.
Does he not have a DUI as well? I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand that? Because
I don't know if there's any new charges. Martha, are there?
No, there shouldn't be.
Thank you for being a friend.
Okay, maybe I just, okay. Go ahead.
All right,
Sorry.
Mr. Parks, on
Your Honor, first of all, I'd just like to say that I apologize. I'm going through a family situation. My children were taken by CPS and I was visiting them. I felt that was more important at that moment to make sure my children knew that I still cared. And
all right,
that's my fault.
that's good. On 13925, do you admit failing to comply, paying $195? You admit?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Then we'll go back and address that. On
somebody help Angela out.
1638, do you admit failing to comply with paying $743? Do you admit?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and on 05730, do you admit not paying $743?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, hold on a second.
You're not paying. This is back up.
That's $1,681. Are you working?
At this moment, I'm currently not, but I will be working as soon as I get back out of here.
How long you been in jail?
Just since 7 o'clock yesterday, Your Honor.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. City, what's your suggestion? You want to set them back up on payments?
That would be fine, Your Honor.
Yeah, all right. Let's do this. Do you want to convert that to community service?
Oh.
What would the hours be of
I'm going to give you 98 hours of community service.
Oh, that's a
Or
lot.
compared to how much in cash, Your Honor?
$1,681.
How long would I have to pay the 16?
This is the deal. Let's do this. You'll get released today. If you blow this off, you're going to do 18 days, 20 days in jail. I'll guarantee you.
Okay.
You're going to get out of jail today. You're going to report upon release, and you're going to set up payments. And it'll be $100 a month in payments. Do you understand me?
I highly appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right. To get it done, you can highly appreciate everything until you don't do it. Then I guarantee we'll leave notes on the file where you go to jail for substantial time.
Yeah.
So you're going to report upon release. You're going to be released today. You're going to report upon release. The time you spent in jail will go towards the contempt. You're going to report upon release to the Reno Municipal Court as soon as you get out, and you're going to set up payments on that $1,681. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that'll be the order. Thank you.
All right.
All right, let's go to Neil Palazzo. It was continued from 8/1 for victim statement. City.
Your Honor, we did contact the victim. She does not want to be present today. She does want the defendant to be held accountable for this offense. However, it is a violation of TPO. The statement indicates there was an altercation that had happened on June 22nd. She went to the hospital because of that altercation. Afterwards, she obtained the TPO and he violated that by sending her a bunch of text messages. I can tell you, Your Honor, that his history is fairly lengthy. He does have, he went to prison for burglary in 2015. He also did another burglary, another stint in prison for burglary in 2007. As far as other violent offenses on his history, there's one, but it was dismissed. So I of course don't want you to consider that, but just in case you see it, I do want you to know that it was dismissed. He does have a substance abuse history as well. I am asking, based on his history, Your Honor, the fact that he has been in custody in prison before and in custody, and he knowingly violated this TPO after being dangerous to the victim. I'm asking for 180 days. I'm asking him to suspended with 30 days to be served up front, and that he have no contact with the victim, he obey all laws, and that he have no alcohol or drugs. I don't think that anger management would be helpful in this case, just based on everything else in the history. So with that, I'll submit it, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Sotelo.
Yeah, for some credit for time served, Judge, and I'll submit it. That's not something over the top. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Collazo, anything to say?
Mr.
Yes, Your Honor. There are numerous records at Renown and St. Mary's where the accounts that were mentioned about any altercations were based on her violence, her attacks on me. I refuse to press charges on the young lady because I love her. I drove here 3,000 miles in 2021. On Mother's Day, I arrived and asked her hand in marriage. She said yes. Since that time, quite frankly, she should have mentioned to me before I arrived that she was already in a relationship, which brought us to a point of a long history of misunderstandings. She put me out every other weekend. The reason for my what's considered to be a violation of my TPO, sir, was I merely wanted all of my gatherings, and I would do anything and everything in my
gatherings
power to get out of this state and go back to my family. The reason why I'm here is because I had been with her 5 years prior. I love the woman. I would never do anything to hurt her.
Yes, this is
Thank
Reno.
you. Okay, I'm going to follow that suggestion. It's going to be 180 days, Washington County Jail suspended for 2 years. You're going to do 30
Your Honor,
days.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't believe I asked. I would like to request for 3 years, and of course, Mr. Sotelo could respond to that because it is a domestic violence related. So I think we can do 3 years.
All right, it'll be 180 days, Washington County Jail. That's suspended for 3 years. Condition that you do 40 days up front. You'll be given credit time served towards those 40 days. When you get out of jail, you're going to report upon release to the Reno Municipal Court. Conditions are simple: no contact with the victim in any regard. That's Sandra Hendricks. And I mean indirect, direct contact, calling her, writing her, emailing her, texting her, or getting family or friends to do the same. Obey all laws, no alcohol or drugs. That'll be the order. Thank you, sir.
Dave, I can't put
Okay,
that
let's go to Joshua Harrison.
Going to plead no contest to the speeding violation, admit to the warrant, Judge. He has 2 days in.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Harrison, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you admit failing to appear on September 8th of last year?
I do.
All right, what's your plea to the speeding charge?
No contest.
All right, time served. Thank you, sir.
Thank
All right, let's go to Alicia Hinson Shaw, 06890.
A woman.
Judge, she's going to admit to the failure to comply. However, she has completed classes and victim impact panel. Her main problem was she did not report that to the court. She was also inpatient, I believe. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I went to our place and then I was with mental health court with NAMS.
So we're just asking the court to go ahead and take that warrant, time served, and allow her to complete and contact the court.
All right, City.
That would be fine, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, young lady, do you admit failing to comply with your sentence?
Yes.
All right, this is what we're going to do. You have two failures to comply. You would also admit failing to comply by making no payments.
Yes. Is there any way I could do community service for that?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to get out of jail. You're going to report upon release to the Reno. Now, if you blow this off, you're going to go to jail for 60 days. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Now you're going to get out of jail today, and you're going to report upon release to the Reno Municipal Court. You're going to go back. You're going to figure out what you've done, what you haven't done. You're going to get set up on that. Start your program, complete your program. As far as the $710 payments, I'm going to convert that to 72 hours of community service. Do you understand?
Okay. thank you.
Yeah, and the time that you've already done will be applied towards your contempt. So that will be the order. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's go to Dayton Manning, MANNING 0676.
Very little known
Judge
Manning
gonna plead no
brother.
contest and underlying a minor purchasing, consuming alcohol beverages. Warrants. There
Nobody
is part
buying alcohol for
credit for time
minors,
served
you
with 2 or 3
weirdo.
days on initial arrest and a day, 1 day credit for time served now.
All right. Okay, Mr. Manning, are you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you admit failing to appear on June 1st of this year?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What's your plea to minor purchasing, consuming alcohol?
No contest.
This guy definitely looks like somebody's buying alcohol for minors. I mean, just look at him. I mean, come on. No one's surprised.
All right. How long you been in jail?
I've been in here since yesterday around 5 p.m., sir.
All right. I'm going to give you time served. Stay out of trouble.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's go to Daniel Rubalcaba.
Who?
Judge, she's gonna admit to the failure to comply. He has 3 days in. He wants to complete, Judge. He says that he can still do it. He's on SSI. It's gonna be a slow process, but he wants to complete the requirements, Judge.
All right. City.
Cute.
What I would like to hear, Your Honor, is why he didn't comply since it looks like June, or hang on, I might have misread. One moment.
No, you got
Okay.
August of 21. Yeah.
August of 21, he was sentenced, but it looks like he didn't check in on June of this year. So it's actually not as bad as I initially thought. But I would like to know why he
Does she have adult
why he
braces?
failed to check in and if he's completed anything.
All right. Mr. Rubalcaba, you there?
Yes.
All right. You admit failing to abide by the sentence that was handed down last July?
Yes,
Officer.
sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what's it called? At the time I couldn't afford it because I just before I got in here, I spent all my money from SSI, but I just got paid today. And so now I could pay for the scram bracelet and then go to anger management and all that. And
Have you done any of this?
Spend it all on drugs, Your Honor.
No, sir.
All right. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to reinstate the conditions on your probation. However, you're going to do 30 days in jail. Just listen to me.
Wow.
Okay.
You're going to do 30 days in jail. When you get out of jail, you're going to report upon release to the Reno Municipal Court. You're going to set up your anger management, set up your scram, no contact, and the suspended sentence will still be hanging over your head. So your punishment is doing that time in jail.
Okay.
Don't blow this one off, and there's going to be no questions asked. Then you'll do the balance, which will be 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
All right. There'll be credit time served towards that 30 days. Thank you, sir.
90 days in
Okay,
the
let's go
hole.
to Benjamin Smith.
Hold on. Mello.
Judge Benjamin Smith
Making the world's
has
greatest
completed
physician.
everything. The
So
only
much.
thing he failed to do was that there
You've been a
was
member
one
before,
final
I'm pretty sure.
contact with Marshall
Welcome
he
back
was
to
supposed
the
to make. It was during Zoom time at the court, and it just didn't happen. He couldn't make the connection. So we're asking for it to be reinstated. There's still 1 more year approximately left on a suspended sentence. He's going to admit to the fail to comply, though, to start things off.
He's like,
So do we have proof that he did the victim impact?
I have a feeling this
So,
judge is like
Mr. Benjamin, did you provide all this proof to the court?
Yes, sir. I brought proof of everything that I completed to my Marshall reviews.
Is this guy the lead singer for Coal Chamber or Slayer's new backup vocalist? What is going on with the blue goatee and the braids? If he's not fronting a cover band of some sort, for God's sake, he's missing his calling.
All right. I've got here that records obtained from the Sober 24 report that you tested positive for alcohol on June 29th of 2021, July 2nd, 2021.
Not jumping over
And
the
that violates the no alcohol clause. Also indicates that You're ordered to obey all laws, no alcohol or drugs, controlled substances without a valid prescription, install a BID, no driving without a valid license, attend 2X alcohol program, attend the victim impact program, attend all court hearings and court-related programs. On March 3rd of this year, defendant failed to report for your scheduled martial review. Attempts were made to contact the defendant via email. What's the city's position on this?
Your Honor, if he has in fact completed everything, I would not recommend revoking him completely. I do think perhaps a partial, maybe 15 days in and then of a revocation, and then reinstate him for the rest of the time. But I don't know if the court has proof that he's completed or.
I don't have any. Martha, Donna, do we have any proof that he completed any of this?
He's the
He
last
did
real
the
man.
victim impact panel. He didn't go for counseling.
He did what?
The counseling,
He completed the counseling?
that's what I'm looking at.
Oh, she said kerosene.
Counseling reports.
He got the kerosene.
Yes, he did complete the DUI counseling.
Okay, so
You
this is
like
what I'm gonna
kerosene?
do then. I'm going to reinstate you. The contempt will be the time you did in jail. You're going to report upon release and you're going to complete the rest of this. Do you understand me, sir?
Yes, sir.
You're lucky you're not going to, you're lucky you're not staying in. You have made some attempts towards getting this thing resolved. So you get out of jail today, the contempt will be the time you've spent will be the contempt. You're going to report upon release and you're going to clear this up. You follow me?
Will do. Thank you, sir.
Off the stage.
Okay, let's go to, I think that is it. Is that it?
That's it, Judge.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Martha, Donna, can you stay on?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to jump from there over to the Honorable Judge Simpson, who is, I believe, a criminal docket today, is what I'm seeing. Yes, the criminal docket of Judge Simpson. Maybe he's in a good mood. Maybe this is going to be like one of those really nice times we hang out with the judge. We'll see.
Do you think you'll have your voice back in a couple weeks? Yes. All right.
Yes.
Give it that. I'll adjourn it to the 17th. I'm not gonna force her to do that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they were loose as
You're
goose.
welcome. All right. Take care. For calls the case of people versus Dominique Chauncey Patton.
Conrad Solar on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Chauncey Patton. And sir, if you are present, can you unmute and state your name, please?
Isn't it? They're both
Do
on.
not see him here, and I have not heard from him, unfortunately.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond set 5,000, 10%. Court calls the case people versus Damian Agay.
He didn't call his name 3 times.
Conrad Solar on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Agay. And sir, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Damian Ege.
Thank you. And he does now have a valid license, and my understanding is there's going to be a dismissal on this one. Is that correct, Mr. Siller?
No, that's if he had pled to the state case.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what? I got this. No, this is going to be a double parking.
Okay. So, sir, I'm not sure that was explained to you, but the offer would be a civil infraction, $180 fine, 0 points on your record. You'd be done with this case. Do you want to go ahead and accept that?
Yes.
Sure. Do you admit responsibility to the fact that on June 17, 2022, Washington Avenue, Pittsfield Township, that you double parked the motor vehicle?
Yes.
Or will it accept that admission to count 2?
Can you parallel park?
Count 1 is dismissed. Fines and costs of $180. When can you get that paid, sir?
Can I have till August 12th?
That's very specific.
I'll give you till August 15th.
Thank you.
Because I'm a nice guy. All right. Pay it by August 15th.
Thank you.
Set, guys. Take care.
You too.
Court calls the case, other people versus Derek Epps.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Epps. And sir, if you are present, can you unmute and state your name, please?
Easy does it, Vince McMahon.
He is not checked in. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. On 5,000.
He's not even giving anybody a chance.
Warrant will issue immediately. There having been previous warrants.
He says their name one time.
Case people versus Deja Fagan.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township. Your Honor, I'm moving to dismiss this case.
And no objection.
I have two of them. You're moving to
Oh, it's
dismiss.
the same incident, both cases, Your Honor, both cases.
Cases are dismissed. Nellie Cross.
Into M's just waiting patiently.
Calls case people versus Rebecca Foster.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Foster. And ma'am, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Rebecca Foster.
Look at Foster
Thank you.
on.
And according to my notes, we've had no contact with Ms. Foster. I am
Don't
just
threaten me
asking
like
for a short adjournment so that we can reach out to her.
August 17th, 2022 at 9. Miss Foster?
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
What are you gonna say?
I actually came up to the courthouse this morning because I thought it was in person because I never received a Zoom link. So I tried to get a hold of the prosecutor to try to have somebody to talk to because I know I was supposed to meet with Miss Melissa before this case.
Okay.
Hottie.
All right.
So
It's okay. We'll
I
make sure-
tried.
Yeah, no, it's okay. And you have their phone number, right?
I got a 222 number.
Yep, that's well, there's a lot of those, but if it's 222-6970, that's the public defender's office.
I got it now.
Okay, all right. So if you don't
Okay,
hear from them, you give them a call and we'll see you in a couple weeks, okay?
Okay, what was the date again, sir?
August 17th.
17th. Okay, thank you very
Chris.
much. Have a great evening. Great
You
day.
do the same. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Look like my
Court
wife.
calls
You
case
kidding
people
me?
versus Linda Gibson.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Gibson. And ma'am, if you are present, can you unmute and state your name, please? And I do not see her logged in. She did send me a text yesterday while we were in trial. Unfortunately, that was the first time I'd heard from her, and I could not get into contact with her again.
Bench warrant 5,000, 10%.
So close.
Will not issue that warrant until August 5th, 2022.
What's the guy in the very top?
Court
doing?
calls case of people versus Ashley Grisham.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Grisham. And ma'am, if you are present, can you unmute and state your name, please? And we've had no contact with her.
Oh, womp, womp,
Ashley
womp.
Grisham, not here. Bench warrant. On 5,000, 10%. That warrant will issue immediately. There having been previous warrants. Court calls case people versus Tyran Gross.
Come out of nowhere.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Grosh. And sir, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Kyron Gross.
He's got a tie on. He's innocent.
What are we doing?
Thank you. And I believe that we had just requested video on this. Is that correct, Mr. Siller?
That's right. And I just heard back, Pittsfield sent an email and saying that video no longer
longer
exists.
exist. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there's
Um,
nobody
if we
there
could get
today.
just the briefest adjournment then now that we know that, so I can discuss his options with him further.
August 17th, 2022, 9 a.m. resumed by indicates bond continued. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Court calls the case, People versus Aaliyah Hall.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Hall. And ma'am, if you are present, can you unmute and state your name, please?
Alaya Hall.
Aaliyah.
Thank you.
I thought she said
And my
aloha.
understanding, she does have a valid license now, and she is prepared to admit to double parking today.
Hold on.
That's correct.
Does she have a valid license?
Yeah, I do. I took the test and I passed.
Oh, she got all the paperwork. Okay.
Wow, she passed finally.
All right. What are we doing on this?
And
So
she
Your
is-
Honor, she's gonna admit to double parking, and then I'll move to dismiss the misdemeanor charge.
She said, I'm gonna have all my paperwork. I'm gonna show that man that. What? Oh, I know. She did. She was just.
Do I feel like
Lay it all
Melissa
out there.
has like the pictures behind her are like the ones that came
All
to the
right.
brain?
Ms. Hall, do you admit responsibility to the fact that on April 24th, 2022, Washington Avenue, Pittsfield Township, that you double parked your motor vehicle?
Yes.
Did you really
Yes,
meet
Your
Ric
Honor.
Flair?
Court will
Chris?
accept that admission.
Or is that like
Two
you
count
made it
two,
all?
count one is dismissed. Fines and cost of $180. When can you get that paid?
Can I pay it today?
Yes.
Sure. I don't have a problem. All right. You'll pay that today. You may have to wait about 30 minutes or so they'll have the file up there. If you're gonna call it
Okay.
in. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah. Is there a way that I could pay it online? Or you can
Sure.
call it?
You can do it two ways. You can go online, wait for, it'd take about an hour for them to update the file. Well, probably less than that to update the file. The other thing that you can do, because you look kind of tech savvy, is there's a QR code on the screen. You can also use that QR code with your phone, and that'll take you right to the site to pay.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Court calls case, People versus Ashley Hines
From
Walden.
yesterday too.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Hines Walden. And ma'am, if you're present, can you unmute and state your name, please?
That's younger Ric Flair.
We
Way
had
up.
no contact with her, unfortunately.
Oh no. He's laughing it up. I have tons of bench
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear on 5,000. 10%. That warrant will issue immediately. Defendant having had previous failures to appear. Court calls case, People versus Cassandra Hinton.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Hinton. And ma'am, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Look like old man wrestling.
I was hoping that that was the iPhone, but apparently she
He-
is
he
not
did
logged
take some
in.
Bumps. He did bumps on wrestling
All right,
stuff.
bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. 5,000. 10%. That warrant will issue August 5th, 2022.
Thank you, Oogie Boogie.
That is it for that block. Amazing. All right. Court is staying in recess. We'll reconvene in about 2 or so.
All right, well, give me a second here, Judge. I was not ready for that. All right, let's head over. Where? You think Charlotte Fair looks like a horse? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? She's had a lot of work. A lot of work, which I felt was really unnecessary personally. But, you know, to each their own, whatever they got to do. Yeah, she wants to have the work. Get the work.
Go down the docket. Mr. Ezel, come on up. This is
Ezel.
Bobby Ezel. Mr. Ezel, you've been charged with one count of breach of the peace. Mr. Ezel, I did read the complaint this morning. There is probable cause for that charge, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you and listen to Mr. McDaniel. He's going to tell me if I need to make a bond analysis or if there's some type of plea agreement reached. Mr. McDaniel?
Nick,
Your Honor,
good
I
to
spoke
see
to
ya.
Mr. Izzo, and at this point in time, he's going to plead no contest to disorderly conduct with the understanding that he'll be sentenced to 60 days in the county jail with public works. We have 2 days jail credit and a $370 fine. That is agreeable with the state, Your Honor.
Thank you both. Mr. Ezell, did you hear that agreement, sir?
Judge
questions
Nikita
about the agreement?
Koloff.
No, sir.
Almost said Ivan.
Is that the plea you would like to enter, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ezell, I'm accept your plea of no contest then to the charge of disorderly breach of the peace. It's the same statute as disorderly conduct. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 60 days in jail, give you credit for 2 days you've already served. I do recommend you for the
Saturday,
Public Works
1
Trustee
o'clock.
Program, Mr. Ezell. And I do impose court costs and fines of $370. Mr. Ezell, have you already signed the waiver of rights form?
Yes, sir.
That waiver of rights form, sir, waives your right to a trial and also waives your right to call and cross-examine witnesses. Mr. Ezell, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Ezell, I wish you the best, sir. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
Thank you. Next case is Rebecca
Pretty sure this
Quattlebaum.
is Florida. We in the great state of Florida.
Quattlebaum, good morning, ma'am. You're here for first appearance. You're accused of 3 charges. You're accused of 1 count of conspiracy to introduce contraband into a state correctional facility, which is a felony, and 2 counts of interference with prisoner, which is a misdemeanor. Ms. Quattlebaum, I've read the complaint. There is probable cause. I think I probably was the judge. I think I was the judge that reviewed it originally and signed the arrest warrant. Ms. Quattlebaum, what I'm going to do, ma'am, is I'm going to go ahead and set your bond this morning. I know your criminal history is excellent, but the type of charge you have is just a charge I'm not going to give a conditional release for, ma'am. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 on the felony and $2,500 on the 2 misdemeanors, unless Mr. McDaniel and you prefer a cash bond.
Your Honor, I spoke with Ms. Quattlebaum, and at this point in time, she just wasn't sure. So I'd ask the court to maybe consider an either or option, $10,000 bond or a $1,000 cash bond at her choice.
Mr. Gill, any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Quattlebaum, after first appearance, you're going to let the jail know which you prefer. Your options are a $10,000 cash or surety bond. That means you can go through a bondsman if you need to or want to. And what you pay them is up between you and them, and you would not get that back. They may charge you somewhere around $1,000, but with your criminal history being as good as it is, they may charge you less than that. On the other hand, if you'd rather just post the cash bond only,
hands we got.
you would have an option of $1,000 cash. And if you post that $1,000 cash, it'll be returned to whoever posted it when the case is over, unless you're convicted. If you're convicted, the judge can take it and apply it towards court costs and fines if the judge felt that was appropriate. So you can let the jail know after you use your telephone and let them know what you prefer. You do need to put a condition on there. It appeared to me that you still have the same employment. Were you still employed as of yesterday at the same place?
As far as I know, yes, sir.
Okay. That's unusual. Normally there's a termination of employment prior to them seeking an arrest warrant. I have no idea why that didn't happen in this case. Since they didn't terminate you, then if they were going to give you a trespass warning, that's up to them. But you need to talk to them about that issue. I'm not going to put a condition on there of you not going there because they haven't terminated you, which I don't know, Frank, I've ever seen before today. So that's
She's a
between
great
you and them, whether or
employee, Your
not
Honor.
you go back there. That's totally not something I'm going to get involved in. Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Well, the last time I saw a pair of jugs that big, 2 hillbillies were blowing up.
Your Honor, Ms. Shannon Twigg, I spoke with her this morning, and she started, I think she started showing out after I left, and they had to remove her from the first appearance room. So she's going to waive. I spoke to her about it. She understands what's going to happen, and the Honor's going to be setting the bond.
Thank you. So in Shannon Twigg, Corporal, I did read the complaint. There is probable cause. I also looked at her criminal history and saw a similar charge, trespass, I believe in Bay County earlier this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and set a standard bond in her. The battery on the law enforcement officer will be a $5,000 bond. The trespassing will be a $2,500 bond. Cash or surety. The trespassing, of course, has a condition not to go back on that property. That was the subject of the arrest. Then we move on to
It's a big boy.
Julian Wallace.
Miss Wallace, come on up. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wallace.
Morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Mr. Wallace, you're here because you've been accused of 1 count of resisting an officer without violence, of driving with no valid driver's license and no motor vehicle registration. Mr. Wallace, I read the complaint. There is probable cause on the first two charges. On the no motor vehicle registration, I'm not convinced there's probable cause because the officer, because of the type of motorcycle it is or was allegedly, the officer has to put in there that some motorcycles you can't get a tag for, period. You just can't. So I'm not sure that they can charge you with that, but I think that may be a moot point if there's an agreement reached. I believe there's a tentative agreement reached where that case is going to be that charge is going to be dismissed. So listen, Mr. Wallace, to Mr. McDaniel, your attorney, and we'll see if y'all got it worked out or not. So listen to your attorney, please.
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Wallace at this point in time. He's going to enter a plea of no contest to resisting without violence and no driver's license. We understanding the state will dismiss the no vehicle registration. He'll be sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation. It'll be a $400 fine, not to operate any motorized vehicle without a driver's license. And I believe that would, and also, Your Honor, he has signed the waiver of rights for jury trial, and I've spoken with him about that.
Thank you.
Take care of the case.
Hang on just a second. I got Ms. Williams and Mr. Goodson both had, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Why can't you get a tag for certain kinds of motorcycles?
Same question.
$370 fine. And
so, Mr. Wallace, the no valid driver's license, that probation can only be 6 months. So what we normally do is we'll take whichever one has a longer supervision and use the fine from that case. And the reason we do that is it gives you more time to pay if you need it. So the fine on the resisting is actually a little bit lower. It's $370 instead of $400. So the fine will be $370 instead of $400. Mr. Gill, is that all agreeable with the state?
Yes.
And I'm sure you said it, and I was making notes as you were speaking, but count 3, the no motor vehicle registration will be dismissed as part of the agreement. Is that right?
Correct.
And Mr. Wallace, did you hear all that?
Yes, sir.
And is that the plea
Yes,
you
sir.
would like to enter, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wallace, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest to 2 charges only: resisting an officer without violence and no valid driver's license. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt in both cases. On the resisting case, 11 months, 29 days probation will be the sentence, $370 court costs and fines. In that case, in the other case, no valid driver's license, 6 months probation will be the sentence, withhold adjudication of guilt on that case. No additional court costs and fines, but it does have a condition: you don't operate a motor vehicle unless you have a valid license. So, Mr. Wallace, it's a total of a year. You've got 6 months on one that you're going to finish before you finish the second one. You've got 11 months and 29 days probation on the second one. But, Mr. Wallace, we encourage people to get off probation early. The way we do that is if you do half your supervision, which in your case is half of the longer one, half of the year is 6 months. If you do 6 months probation and you've had no violations and you stayed out of trouble and you've got everything done, there's over 90% chance you can go ahead and get cut loose early and move on with your life. Mr. Wallace, what we're going to do next is they're going to bring you to the courthouse after first appearances so that you can meet the probation officer. And then once they instruct you on the probation, you're going to be free to leave. Mr. Wallace, you will get to use the phone before you leave the jail if you want to try to call friends or family for transportation. If you do call somebody, tell them you can be picked up at the courthouse, not at the jail, at the courthouse in about a half hour. Mr. Wallace, any questions?
No, sir.
I like that he give him the
Mr. Wallace, I think Mr.
instructions to
Goodson, the
tell his
probation
family.
officer has something. Mr. Goodson.
Tell them don't come here. My mom's asleep. Tell them to go around back.
Yeah, Mr. Wallace.
And I'm glad
there's
you're
a
doing
standard-
well,
thank you,
buddy,
Mr.
that you're
There's a
back.
standard condition that says for that driving charge that you will obtain a valid driver's license if one is reasonably available to you. What that means, if you can get one, you'll be expected to get one. Now, if you can't for some reason, you may have some issues out there on your driving record or something that keeps you from getting one. But if you can, the probation officer is going to assist you and help you and require you to get one. If you can't, you can't. So that is going to be a condition of probation. Does that change your mind at all about
Good to
wanting
see
to
ya.
enter the plea knowing that?
No.
Mr. Wallace, we're going to see you at the courthouse. All okay? All right, so next case is Joseph Deese. Mr. Deese, good morning. Mr. Deese, you're hearing, good morning. You're here for the charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. Mr. McDaniel has added you on the docket to see if we can get this case resolved. Mr. Deese, listen to your attorney, Mr. McDaniel.
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Dees in case number 22488 CT. At this point in time, he's going to plead of no contest, to driving license suspended, revoked, understanding that he'll be sentenced to 10 days in county jail. He'll have a $400 fine. He won't have any jail credit, but he's being held on some felony cases. And I have your court dates and stuff for you in just a second, Mr. Dees.
So, Mr. Dees,
Mr. Deeds, ain't that
when I
a
looked
Adam
at this
Sandler
history and
movie?
everything, this probably would have normally been a probation offer. Obviously, I can't sentence you to probation because you got those felonies pending. So this was just a way to try to get this case resolved. Mr. Gill, is this agreeable with the state?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Dees, is this a plea you would like to enter, or do you have any questions?
Well, I mean, I do have some questions. I mean, I did, after I got pulled over, I did go get my license that Tuesday. I did go get that fixed, so that, I don't know if it's gonna help me any there.
Mr. Gill, when I looked at his driving record, it was within 4, maybe 5 days after he got the citation that he got his license issued resolved. The other thing that he has 2 priors on the driving record, they're older, 2014, 2008, something like that. So, if I don't know if that changes the state's position at all. If it does,
After he bonded out on these burglary charges?
no,
No, he didn't.
no, he got the driving license suspended. They did not arrest him.
Oh.
He went and got it fixed, and then before he come to court on that, he got arrested on the other charges. That's the timeline that's the timeline it looked like to me this morning when I reviewed everything. Is that right, Mr. Dees?
Yes, sir. Well, I turned myself in on the other ones, but yes, sir.
So I don't know if it changes the state's position. If the state wants to leave it like it is, that's fine. If you want to change it to a civil infraction, that's
His position would be either to go through a bond analysis. I think he's gonna be held on his, I don't know if he can make bond in his regular case, so.
I didn't first appear him, but he's got serious charges and serious bond. So, Mr. Dees, that you would definitely be a probation or possibly even a fine candidate because you got your license back. But I can't make you pay a fine because you're in jail. You can't pay it right now.
Yes, sir.
So, is this what you want to do to get this case resolved?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do the 10 days. And
Mr. Dees, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest to the charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. Knowingly, a judge of guilty sentence you to 10 days, $400 court costs and fines will be imposed. If you don't get it worked off, that'll be a civil judgment at the jail. If you don't get it worked off, Mr. Dees, this does not change your bond at all. In the other cases, whatever, I believe I saw Judge Young's name on the first appearance, maybe. Whatever the judge set your bond at, it's still the same at this point. And I think Mr. McDaniel was going to try to give you a court date.
Mr. Dees, you have not been officially charged yet with these cases, so the state has 40 days from the date of arrest to charge you. After they are charged you within 40 days, you will go to an arraignment date. So we're still waiting for the official charges to come through. So once that happens, you'll be set. But if they don't charge you within 40 days, we'll file a motion for your release. Okay, so just kind of keep an eye out for it. Nothing's happened yet.
yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Dees, any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Have a good day, sir.
You too.
Chagrin Road. I believe it's the last first appearance case.
Last first appearance case.
Mr. Rowe, good morning. Mr. Rowe, you're here for first appearance accused of driving while license suspended or revoked knowingly. I think you were first appeared within the last week or two, and Mr. McDaniel has added you on the docket to see if there's a chance we can get this case resolved. Mr. Rowe, please listen to your attorney, Mr. McDaniel.
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Rowe in case number 22514 CT. At this point in time, he's going to plead of no contest to driving my license suspended or revoked, understanding that he'll be sentenced to 60 days in the county jail with public works. He'll have 14 days jail credit, be a $400 fine imposed.
Look at the judge.
Mr. Gill.
Yes, that's agreeable to state, Your Honor.
Mr. Rowe, did you hear that agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rowe, do you have any questions about that agreement?
No, sir.
The judge
And
is
is
the
that the
Russian
plea that you would
nightmare.
like to enter to resolve this criminal trafficking case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rowe, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest to the charge of driving while license suspended or revoked knowingly in case 22-514 CT. A judge of guilty of that offense sentence you to 60 days in jail, give you credit for 14 days you've already served. I do recommend you for the public works program. Mr. Rowe, that means that you have 46 days at most, and hopefully you can get that 46 days cut in half or just about half by participating in that public works trustee program. I do have to impose court costs and fines. It'll be $400. Hopefully you're going to have that worked off through the trustee program. Mr. Rowe, there's no probation involved in this case. You finish this sentence, you move on with your life. Mr. Rowe, any questions?
No, sir.
And you have already signed the waiver of rights form, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Rowe, wish you the best, sir.
Oh, Okay, now what? That's the end of first appearances. What's we got?
Corporal, according to my list, that's everybody there. Have I missed anybody out there?
No, sir, that's everybody.
Anything else from the jail, Corporal?
Say
No, sir.
yeah.
All right, we appreciate it. Mr. Gill, anything else from the first appearance docket?
No, Judge.
And Mr. McDaniel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching by YouTube, that concludes our first appearances. We had some little bit of operator error yesterday, and I think a blank screen was broadcast on YouTube. That was entirely my fault. I hit the wrong button. But hopefully I got it right today.
Make sure you like it,
8:50.
subscribe. All right, so I'm gonna just pause that. I'll go back into it and pause it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut today's show right here. I'll be back with Creed at the beautiful time of 4:05, so that we can do Wild Wormin Wednesday. That's right, all the Wormins all day. They're gonna be wild. They're gonna be all kinds of things, but mostly they're gonna be in trouble with the law. So make sure you're back here for that. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Don't forget we have a case only channel. If you're watching this right now, please subscribe to We Got a Case. That is our case only channel. You'll see nothing there but our court cases and things like that. If you enjoyed today, maybe you enjoyed that I would pause and speak. Maybe the volume was better. Anything you liked or disliked about today's episode, make sure you drop that down below, because that helps us continue to do well and get things right for you guys. Anything else, Bishop? Nope. Bishop has nothing to say. All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Until we meet again, please, for God's sakes, bring that damn refrigerator back.
Now, I don't do drugs, though. Just weed.
Stick your show in your ass. Well, the last time I saw a pair of jugs that big, two hillbillies were blowing on them.